What's going on, guys? All right, so I sold my Mustang back to my buddy. Just ain't really had time to work on it. Hadn't really been driving it very much, and I hate to just see it sitting here like this. So I sold it back to him, and I think he's going to redo it for his daughter one day. So Mustang's about to leave. I think he's coming to get it tomorrow, actually. But I wanted to review something I just got in the mail before the Mustang leaves. And let me flip the camera around and show you something real quick. All right, guys, so you can see the Mustang right here. Let's push in the clutch. Nothing. I mean, it ain't even, you can see the RPM hand going up, but it ain't even clicking. I mean, this thing isn't doing nothing. The battery is completely dead. Okay, so what I got in the mail today was the NOCO Boost Plus GB40. I mean, it's just a little bitty handheld booster box. And I got to be honest with you, the reason I bought this mainly is because my cousin bought a Chevrolet Silverado, a new one, and he was wanting to get a new one of these boxes. And actually, GM recommended the NOCO to him, and I know we actually use these at work as well to jump off some stuff at work. So I thought I'd get this. And if I'm not mistaken, you can look up the specs, but I think this one will do up to a 6-liter gas engine and like a 3-liter, I believe it is, diesel, if I'm not mistaken. The biggest thing I have is a 5.7. This Mustang's a 5.0. Everything else is either a 6-cylinder or 4-cylinder. So this should be plenty enough to do anything that we own, and we don't own diesels, so I don't have to worry about that. But up to a 6.0 should be good. There's just a couple of things right here. It says USB in, USB out. The USB in is where you charge it. I got to be honest, it didn't take very long to charge this thing. Once I got in, it was about 3 bars up. This is where it'll tell you when you're charging. These things will kind of flash, and it goes like red to yellow to green. And it just took maybe an hour and a half to charge this thing once I got it in. This feature right here, it does have, let me go over this first. It does have a bunch of override features. So you do plug in these clips right here on this side. There is lights on as well. And it does have a feature where if these touch, they won't arc. And if you hook them up backwards, that it will not cause any damage to this or the battery or anything. It has a protection on it. But if your battery is under 2 volts, I think I read, you have to use this button right here and hold it down for like 3 or 4 seconds. And what that does is it actually cuts off all the protections. So if the battery's under 2 volts, this won't read that the battery's there. It reads like it doesn't have a battery, from what I understand, and it won't let you start the car. But if you hold this down for like 3 or 4 seconds, and then this light will start flashing. If it reads a battery, this light will flash. If it doesn't read a battery, this light will not flash, and that's when you have to use this. And at that point in time, there's no protection. If you hook the cables up backwards, that's your fault. If you let them touch, spark, it's your fault. It cuts off all those protections. But as long as your battery is over 2 volts, you do not have to use that right there. And I'm assuming that this is the flashlights on the end. I literally just got this in the mail, like I said, about an hour and a half ago. But let's go out here, hook it to this battery, and see if we can jump off this battery that's like completely dead. All right, guys, so here we go. You have this end right here, and you'll need to open that because that's where it plugs in at. Then you'll have the big end here. Open that like so. Then you will plug this end in here, and it looks okay. That's the top. It has an arrow. Plug it in like that. Then this actually has a thing that holds the clips. I'll keep that just to kind of keep them in place. I don't guess you really need to keep that, but you'll need to plug up your positive cable. And these things have really strong springs. They work really well, actually. And then you plug up your negative, and then you'll hit this power button right here. You'll see it comes on. It's running this little flashing thing. This light is on here. We are ready to boost this off. Let's see if it'll work. Turn it off. I don't know if you can hear me or not over the engine, but turn it back off. This disconnect the negative, disconnect the positive, and that's all there is to it. It jumped it off just fine. Now this thing is cammed out a little bit, so it may be a little difficult to hear me over it, but jumped off this 5 liter, no problem at all. All right, guys, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but after you start the car, just cut this off and then unconnect everything or disconnect everything. Pull this back out and then close up your port. Now you can see that was fully charged. That battery was really dead. Hopefully I let it charge all the way, but you can see we still have 3 bars. So it did take a bar. Maybe it wasn't totally completely charged. It did have a green light, so I assumed it was completely charged, or maybe it just took, you know, a whole, you know, bar to just jump off the Mustang. I don't know, but you've seen it did work. Again, GM recommended these. It feels like a good solid piece of equipment. I had a cheaper one years ago that would not do V8s, and actually I jumped off a V8 with it and it did it, but it never worked again after it. So when it said it wouldn't jump off a V8, they were serious. Don't use it on V8s, but it didn't feel as solid as this. This thing has a good feeling plastic. It doesn't feel like a cheap plastic. It feels like a solid unit. And then after every time that I use this, as soon as I could, I would recharge it back up. It comes with a carrying case and also comes with a charging cable, and it also comes with a charger that you can put in your car. It comes with a little 12-volt adapter for your car, so you can charge this while you're driving down the road. So I guess you can run your battery down again and have to jump it off. I'm just kidding. While you're driving, it'd be fine to charge this. But that would actually be good, because if you had a battery that was going down every time you stopped it, you could charge this if you know, every time you drove. But I would recommend getting a new battery if you needed to. But there again, this battery's not that old. It can be recharged. I actually bought a battery charger last year and it quit working. Advanced Auto battery chargers. I actually bought the one with the best reviews and it just didn't work. I don't know why. But anyway, that is my review of the NOCO GB40. You know, everybody I've seen review this, my cousin's used his several times, and they say they work really, really well. All the reviews on Amazon, which is where I picked this up, were really good. It was like $99.99, so just right under $100, and then you count taxes, a little over $100. So I think it's something that you should buy and keep in your vehicle for $100, because it could really, you know, save you in a situation that you don't want to be in. What if you're in a sketchy neighborhood and you got there during the daytime, but you didn't get out of whatever event you were at, like a basketball game? I've heard of people doing this. That's why I'm using this. Their daughter had a basketball game and they got out late. Now, luckily their car started, but what if yours didn't? You could always use this to start your car, get out. You wouldn't have to wait on AAA or anything like that. So for $100, I think peace of mind is actually worth it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Have you ever used one of these? And I think it did a pretty good job. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. See you next time.